Good morning and welcome back to another cozy crochet vlog. I don't know about you, but I have really been needing some time to just hang out and crochet with you guys. I'm so looking forward to it, and I even have a few extra little hobbies that we're going to be doing on the side in this video. So just some little things that I've picked up recently. We also just have so much to talk about. I feel like there are so many big updates that I have to share with you, but what I'm thinking is that this morning we're gonna go grab some coffee at my favorite local coffee shop because I need my caffeine, and then we're gonna go to Michael's because one of my new hobbies recently has been cross stitch, and I do need a bit of embroidery floss. So this is the little cross stitch that I'm working on. It's this adorable goose. I haven't done this portion right here, but it's gonna have a red and cream checkered border around it. So I would love to find some embroidery floss to do the cream portion of the border, and maybe even a frame at Michael's for this because I would love to frame one of these. Cross stitch has just been so fun and such a great way for me to rest my hands, surprisingly. I wasn't expecting it to be as low impact on my hands as it actually is. So I'm hoping after coffee we can find some supplies for that, and due to the government shutdown, Ryan is going to be joining us. He has been home all week and for the foreseeable future until the government is back open again, so it'll be fun to have him come along with us. So I hope you have your whip ready to go and you're nice and cozy and you have your warm drink, whatever you need, because we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. And first up, I need my coffee. So this is June's. It's probably my favorite coffee shop in the St. Louis area. What would you say? No? I got a honey lavender latte, which is my favorite, and then Ryan got a cappuccino. Look how beautiful the art is. Coffee has been secured, and now it is time to go to Michael's for embroidery floss. That's the only thing I'm planning on getting, but you know how that goes, so we'll see what we find. I am home. I'm realizing I probably should have measured the cross stitch before I came here, but oh well. So I guess we're gonna have to wait for that. This is so pretty. In the green one? Oh my goodness. It feels so nice too. We got some things in boxes, some Sweet Snuggles Light. So I just need white, but look at all these colors and they just go on forever. So beautiful. This one, that will be good. The Sweet Snuggles Light is looking so good. Oh my gosh, we're so back. Like, look how good that looks.
I'm in agreement.
These are so cute. The little cat. I think that one is my favorite.
Yeah, it's like the whipped cream on top of that.
These are huge. Holy moly, look at all that. We are back home, and I really want to start doing my cross stitch now that I have the embroidery floss that I needed. Oh, I really want to work on it right now, but my tech editor just sent back the edits for my new pattern that's releasing very soon. So that means I need to implement all the edits and send the tester call over to my friends on Patreon. So I need to do that before I can cross stitch, but I want to show you the pattern for this month. I love these. I'm really excited to show them to you. So there are these 2-in-1 no-sew possum and ferret, and I think they're so cute. They actually stack really well too, and I just feel like they're perfect for markets. I've made these in a ton of different yarns, and we're definitely going to be making some more later today, hopefully, but this is an overview of what they look like. So I'm going to go ahead and finish typing up that pattern, make all the edits, and then hopefully we can cross stitch and just do some other fun stuff. I feel so accomplished because I got all of the pattern edits done, and then I also just posted the tester call. So we should be able to start testing this pattern tonight, which I realize means that this pattern will be live by the time you're watching this video, which is always so exciting. So I want to work on one of those later, but before I do, I want to give myself some time to do my cross stitch because I'm having so much fun with this. It's kind of a problem. So I'm hoping to finish this little square of white right here and then start on the border, and then hopefully I can finish this up soon because I'm really curious to see what it's gonna look like all said and done. It's just such a fun project. So I'm gonna probably work on this for a little bit and then we'll start crocheting. I think before I do any more needlepoint, I need to make another ferret because I need some pictures to include in the pattern, ideally before I get the pattern to the testers, which should be happening later this evening. So what I want to do is make another ferret, but this time in a different yarn. So we're going to use Loops and Threads Cozy Cub because I feel like these colors are going to be so perfect. So I'm planning on doing that, but it reminded me I wanted to show you all the other yarns that I've used so far. I'm trying to have a variety just to give people an idea of how the pattern works up with different yarns. So obviously we have the first two that I showed you. These are both with Premier Parfait Chunky. Next we have Burnout Blanket Mystical, and this one comes out so huge compared to the other ones. I think he's perfect. Then we have this acrylic one. This is using Loops and Threads Soft Classic, and he is so small and tiny. It's too bright in here. There we go. You can see him better now. And this next yarn is new to me. This is Lion Brand Feels Like a Dream. So it's similar to Feels Like Bliss, but it's just more fuzzy, I guess is how I would explain it. And maybe a slightly thinner yarn as well. But look at how cute this is. I love this one. He might be my favorite actually. And this yarn doesn't come in a pink, so I actually used Lion Brand Feels Like Bliss for the nose. He is just so itty bitty, and I need to make a possum version of this very soon. But those are all the ones that I've made so far, and I want to try to include a little list at the end of the pattern to show people how these work up in different yarns and all the specifications and everything that I used. So what better way to do that than to work on another ferret using these colors, because I think these are perfect. But I don't have the pink Cozy Cub, so I'm probably going to use Loops and Threads Posh Pearl for the nose. But before I do any of that, I'm going to eat lunch and then we will start on this. We made a bit of progress on our ferret before I took my little lunch break. It's so cute and small, but I just realized I forgot to tell you about my brand new monkey couch. So Ryan actually found this at a consignment store for $45. It's in amazing condition, and we honestly had no idea where we were going to put it, but we ultimately decided that it was perfect for my studio, and then we moved the chair that was in here before into the sunroom. So we've moved a lot of furniture around recently, and everything has found a new home. Our blue couch even that we had in the sunroom is now moved into the cat room. So that room is so cozy, and I love spending time in there. I love crocheting in there or playing video games on my Switch. It's such a vibe in there. And then we ended up getting a futon for the sunroom. So our sunroom has that futon in it, and I just ordered a new cover for it too, but it's in really great condition. I learned it's never been slept on or anything like that. I still gave it a good wash, but we have family coming in town for Thanksgiving, so that will be a nice little setup for some of our family in there. So it's really fun to have some new furniture, and I always love just finding new homes for things and moving things around until everything is just right. One of my favorite ways to decorate my house is just by shopping my house and finding things that I don't love in certain places, trying them in other places, and then it all just kind of ends up working together. And I feel like we're getting closer and closer to that point, and it takes a while. Moving from a 2-bedroom apartment to a 4-bedroom house definitely is taking a lot longer to furnish than I thought it would, but I'm trying to be patient and find good things and special pieces and all of that. So those are just some furniture updates around the house that I had to share with you before I forget. Now it is time for me to get back to crocheting this ferret. While I'm working on the ferret, I figured I could give you some life updates because I feel like there has been so much going on, and I would love to hear how you guys are doing too. I always love to hear from you in the comments, but I figured I should update you. So for starters, I have been fostering cats, as a lot of you know, and it has been so beyond fun and rewarding. I've really enjoyed it, and I highly recommend it if you don't necessarily want another cat, but you enjoy being around cats and helping them. It's been so amazing. So for starters, you guys met Greg in the last vlog, and he actually was a foster fail. And to be completely honest with you, I'm gonna blame this one on Ryan, and I know he's gonna be okay with that because he is the one that technically said Greg is already home. And when he said that, I was like, yes, he is. And so we actually ended up keeping Greg. He's around here somewhere, but he is just such a good cat, and he just really brings out the best in all of our other animals. We definitely have some cats that are a bit more timid and having Greg around gives our cat Remy someone to play with, and I think it just brings out the best in everybody, and it's just been such an ideal situation. So we decided that he needed to stay with us. So now Greg is home and I'm just so happy about it. But a few days after we adopted him, I heard back from the shelter and I'm on their foster contact list. Obviously, I still want to foster because that was my main concern with adopting Greg, is I didn't want to take away another cat's spot if it really needed a space in our home as a foster, because I really do believe fostering is so important. It really helps save a lot of lives, especially little kittens. Oftentimes, shelters don't have people on staff that can take care of kittens. There's really a ton of work that goes into them, especially the smaller ones. So needless to say, I received a text from one of my friends at the shelter and they received a bunch of kittens in the evening around 8 p.m. And so we were able to take a whole litter, and there are 4 of them. So right now I'm currently fostering 4 kittens, and I'm not gonna lie, it's a little overwhelming how many animals we have in the house right now. We have the 2 dogs, we have a whole dedicated cat room to our cats where we can keep all of their stuff, their litter boxes, food, everything is in there. I showed that to you, and that's where the couch is now. But we have, I think, like 7 cats in here now at this point. I've honestly lost track. There are honestly too many, but I couldn't turn them away. I wanted to make sure that we give these cats a chance, and I have been feeding them by hand. I've been spoon feeding them their baby formula because it's been the only way that I was able to get them to eat for the entire first week. So I feel like I barely got anything done last week, but it has been so worth it just seeing them thrive now and how quickly they grow. It's so awesome. But I know for certain this time that we will not be keeping them, and I'm gonna make sure they find really good homes because we are simply at capacity. We were at capacity before we got Greg, but now even more so. I just know it's gonna be so rewarding when I get to see them find their families and all of that, because I really don't know where these kittens would go if they didn't have fosters. So it has become a very special thing that I've been able to do, and I really have just been enjoying it. I think at least for the next little while, I'm only going to be fostering like maybe 2 at a time because having 4 kittens is a full-time job. Oh my goodness. We have our head of our ferret all finished up. I love this color. Cozy Cub is so nice to work with, but we have something else that I would love to talk about, and it is crochet burnout or falling into a crochet slump. Over the past month, I have experienced this like never before, and I think it was for a few reasons. The first being that I was working on my Velociraptor design, and for some reason it took me quite a bit of trial and error. And then the second reason is I've been dealing with so much hand pain lately, and so those 2 things really made me lose a lot of motivation. I was feeling very down on myself, and I just was really struggling with the hand pain and feeling like I couldn't do my hobby, and so it just made me feel really sad about crochet in general. And so for the past week or so, I pretty much haven't touched a crochet hook. I have taken a full-on break, which I think was really needed, and it was a good reminder that, you know, every now and then I really need to just sort of find a different hobby to work on and not get too carried away with crochet, because ultimately it does leave you feeling kind of burnt out, and I think there's so much value in having a variety of hobbies, which is why I've started doing cross stitch. That feeling of wanting to crochet but not having the motivation to is so not fun. So I just gave myself the time that I needed, and I'm feeling so much better now. It really helps to connect with our YouTube community. I've found I love watching other people's vlogs to see what they're excited about and what they're working on. That is one of my favorite ways to get out of a crochet slump. And of course, taking time away from crochet, doing cross stitch has been such a game changer. It's so easy on my hands and I just enjoy it so much. So I've been loving to do that, and also playing video games. I love to play video games when I'm just feeling down or like I don't know what I want to work on. And lately my favorite has been Hello Kitty Island Adventure. That game just doesn't get old to me. It is such a good game. Do not underestimate it. I promise you there's so much to do, and don't tell Animal Crossing this, but I might actually like it better than Animal Crossing. So I just say all of that to remind you that if you are ever dealing with a crochet burnout yourself, you are definitely not alone. It happens to everybody as far as I know, and the best thing you can do is give yourself a break, because I really do think it's your body's way of saying, hey, we need a break. And sometimes that just means doing another hobby or watching your favorite show or what have you. But that's enough yapping from me for now. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up our ferret, and I will meet back up with you. The ferret is complete, and I think this might be my new favorite one. So we used Cozy Cub, and we used the cream and the beige color, and I just love this one so much. And the little legs, I love how perfectly it stands, and it's just a new favorite of mine. These are so fun to make, and I have made an entire army already. I cannot wait to make more, but before I do, it is about time for me to notify our testers. So what I like to do is I go through my Patreon, and then I find everybody and I organize it by email and Instagram, and I notify them that way, whichever one they choose. And then I just send them the pattern, and testing will be officially underway. So I'm really excited to get started on that, and I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. We finally have the pattern in the hands of the testers, so that means that now I can keep working on my cross stitch. I'm so excited about this, and I've showed this to you earlier, but we're gonna be doing a red and white checkered border around the sides of it, and I just think it's gonna be so cute. I've been dying to see how it's gonna turn out. So I'm about to start working on that, and I'm thinking I might treat myself and take a bath. This seems like the type of project I could work on in the bath. I've tried knitting socks in the bath, and it was a big no. It did not work out. But I'm thinking that I'm going to give it a try, and then I might end up making another possum with Feels Like Bliss this time. I really want to see a fluffy possum, but so far I've only done that with the ferret that I showed you. I just can't get over this guy though. He's like my favorite so far. I can't wait to see what my testers come up with too, and you guys as well. I should probably mention before I forget that I'm gonna have the pattern linked below if you do want to make one of these while you're watching the rest of this vlog. But while I have you here, and while I'm not forgetting to mention this, I am working on another wearable design, and I had the idea to sort of recreate my hexagon cardigan but do something completely different. I've never seen anyone do this, and I'm really excited about it. I don't know if people haven't done this because it's a weird idea or if it's actually just a cool idea. Who knows? But I decided I wanted to try using a different stitch but creating my own hexagon style cardigan, so in that same construction but a different stitch. So I'm currently working on this. It is made with the moss stitch, and this is what it looks like. So it's a hexagon, and it will fold up the same way as the hexagon cardigan does. So what you do is you fold the sides in half like this, and just for example, this would be where the arm is, and this is the body. You create two of these panels and you sew them together, and it's a cardigan. And I thought this was really fun. I'm thinking it's a fun take on the hexagon cardigan, but just an entirely different stitch. It's nice and warm for the colder months that are quickly approaching. So I'm curious if you would like to make one of these, because sometimes when I make wearable designs, I'm always torn because my audience is primarily amigurumi focused, as am I. I love crocheting plushies. So I would love to hear from you if it's something that interests you, because it does take up quite a bit of time for me and for my tech editor, because she's amazing and grades the entire thing. So I just want to make sure it's worth it before I do it, and I would love to hear what you think. And if I hear back from enough of you about this, I think it will be my green light to continue designing this. I just want to make sure before I put a ton of time into it that you guys would like to see that. So I'm glad I remembered to mention that, because I've been meaning to ask you guys about this. So let me know what you think. I think now it is time for us to go work on this goose. I'm so excited to show you how this turns out. It is so much fun. If you're looking for a break from crochet, this, so inexpensive and fun. I'm gonna go do it now. All right, I have quite a bit of progress that I have to show you on my little cross stitch that I've been working on, and I'm having so much fun with this still. So it's almost done. And it might be hard to tell, but there's only a small part of it where I have to fill in the cream checkers, but everything else is done. And then after that, I think I'm gonna go ahead and frame this. I'm not sure. I was kind of wondering if, similar to needlepoint, like with needlepoint, you can kind of take it and turn it into an ornament or something. And I feel like you could do that with cross stitch too, but I have to look into it a little bit more. But that's something I do want to try in the future. But I'm taking a break from this because I just found out that I am testing a pattern for CrochetGrove. It's her newest pattern. It's a little pig, and it is so cute. And I'm testing the one that is fully pink. There's a few different variations in the pattern, like there's a striped one and a spotted one. So I'm really excited to get started on it because I just love all of her patterns so much. So I went ahead and picked out my colors. I'm just using some Parfait Chunky. I'm doing the main body in this light pink color. I'm gonna use this bubblegum for the snout, and then this for the hooves. So So I'm gonna go ahead and get started, but it is currently 10:19, so we'll see how far I'm able to get tonight. Honestly, I could totally see myself staying up way too late to work on this because her patterns are seriously just my favorite. So I finished the body of my pig last night, and I totally forgot to record and update you because it was like 12:30 or something when I finished, and my brain honestly had just completely turned off by that point. I usually try to not crochet that late at night because I just get so tired, but I did finish the body and it's so cute. He pretty much just looks like a little potato right now, and I just love him. Also, this nose is so clever the way that Annabelle designed this. I love it so much. So now I need to do his ears, tail, and legs, and I'm hoping to get that finished up this afternoon. So I think that's what I'm gonna go ahead and work on, and then I have a bit of other kind of work to do after that. So I'm hoping to make a few more of these in the different variations that she has in the pattern. So hopefully that's something we can get around to soon. But this reminds me, I'm also planning on doing a drop in my shop of a bunch of different plushies. Usually I do this over on Etsy, and it's something I've been meaning to do. So I think that needs to happen soon. Either way, I'm so excited to keep working on this and show you what our finished little pig looks like. Look at this piggy. Is this not the cutest pig you've ever seen? I swear, I need to make an entire army of these because he is just so perfect. The construction of this is so simple, but so fun to work up. And I love the little feet, and see how there's like this little detail here for the hooves. I think that's so cute. I love the nose detail. This to me is so creative. The ears are perfect, his little tail, and I love how he's almost like a loaf cat, but a pig version and with legs. I just think he's so perfect. And one of our neighbors has a pig, or not our neighbors, but someone who lives near us has a pig, and I kind of want to make one of these for them and bring it over to them. The pig lives indoor and outdoor, and it has sort of like this zip line that goes from its doghouse that it has outside to the inside of the house, and it wears a harness. It's really funny, and I see it every now and then, and I feel like it'd be fun to crochet one. But I definitely need to make these in a few different colors. I'm dying to do a spotted one and a striped one and just have a bunch of them because I think they're so cute and just such a fun little pattern to make as a gift or something. I love this pattern. It's been really fun to test for somebody else while I'm doing my own test, which reminds me, some of my testers have already finished their possums and ferrets, so I want to share some of their photos on the screen here. They are so talented. But I had so much fun getting to work on my own pattern test for my design and also getting to test for another designer. But that all reminds me, if you do want to check out this pattern, I will link it as soon as it's available. I believe it comes out October 24th. And then my ferret and possum pattern will be out by the time that you are watching this video. So just as a quick reminder, the cheapest way to get my patterns is on my website because there are a lot less back-end fees for running my website, so it's a little bit cheaper over there. Same with my Patreon. If you subscribe, you get access to the pattern every month and you save a little bit more, but then the pattern is also available on my Etsy as well. So I'll have links for all that in the description, but I'm probably about to go make another one of these and finish up my cross stitch. I'm just so excited about it. So thank you for hanging out with me this week, and I'll be sure to see you in the next vlog very soon. Bye guys.